A gente está aqui agora com Inzerillo, que é CEO da Diriyah Company, uma empresa responsável por um dos projetos mais ambiciosos da Arábia Saudita atualmente. Jerry, you are head of this Giga project from PIF to create a destination. How huge is that, and what are the challenges for that?
Well, thank you, and very good to see you. And it's wonderful to be back in Brazil, and especially here to Rio de Janeiro. So it's a very, very big honor for me because 300 years ago, the first capital of Arabia was called Diriyah. So now, thanks to our wonderful king, King Salman, and our brilliant, dynamic Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, they want people from all over the world to come see where Arabia started, which includes where their family started, the House of Al Saud. So Diriyah, UNESCO World Heritage Site, is the birthplace of the kingdom, 300 years old, in the middle of an oasis. And now with the UNESCO site, we want people to come from all over the world to see where the kingdom started and to enjoy authentic Saudi culture, food, music, like Brazil, dancing, costuming, like the beautiful job you do.
And how can we visualize that? And can you give me some specifics, numbers, the size of it?
Many people are aware of the city in America, Los Angeles. But there is a famous city, little city in Los Angeles called Beverly Hills, a city in a city. So Riad now is being reimagined, G20 city, into a new metropolis that will go from 8 million people to 15 million people. But 300 years ago, when they built Diriyah, they built it all out of mud and trees and palm trees, very beautiful, organic. So now, the way Beverly Hills is to Los Angeles, Diriyah is in the middle of Riyadh. But whereas Riyadh is ultra modern, we're still made out of the same organic materials that was used 300 years ago. The same mud, the same trees, in the middle of the same oasis. So if you imagine a beautiful city, environmentally sustainable, that you can walk and go to restaurants and go to hotels and go to school or go to live or go to work. This is the jewel, the mud city of Diriyah, UNESCO, in the middle of Riyadh.
And you are bringing hotels and museums, will be a cultural hub, a luxury hub. How would you describe it?
You've done your homework. I love you. I love you. Yes, it's meant to be one of the largest pedestrian-friendly, environmental, sustainable culture and heritage cities. Let's celebrate everything great about Saudi's last 300 years, and let's be optimistic to the future. And tourism is a big part of that. It brings people together. The Saudis are very warm, hospitable people, like you beautiful Brazilians that we love. This morning we had the privilege and honor of hearing President Lula talk. Very close relationship between the president and our crown prince. Very close relationship, family to family, Brazil and Saudi Arabia, right? But now we weren't open to tourism. You know, Brazil, Rio is 500 years old, right? We're 300 years old, but nobody knows because only 2019 did we open the country for regular tourists. Now, we're blessed because we are the custodian of the two holy cities of Mecca and Medina. So if you're a Muslim, it is the honor of your life to do a pilgrimage to the holy cities. This makes us very happy. So now we're moving the cities, not moving, but growing the cities. So instead of having 16 million tourists for pilgrims, we have 30 million, which will contribute to 150 million visits by 2030.
And how big it is? I read some $50-60 billion project. What is the master plan and what is the timeline?
Yeah, so it's a 14 million square meter, 14 by 14 kilometers, little cultural city, not that little, 64 billion US dollars to bring the old city and put all the amenities, the hotels, the restaurants, retail, houses. So we hope to attract over 30 million visits to Diriyah by 2030. We just finished fixing it up, restoring it to what it was 300 years ago. And in December of 2022, we've already welcomed 2 million visitors to Diriyah. So this is very important because we will be the home of the World Expo on 2030, and people will come all over the world to see Diriyah, to see Riad, to see Mecca, Medina, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the beautiful Red Sea, beautiful resorts like you have in Brazil, the largest sand desert in the world, the largest palm grove in the world, 7 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, so much to do in Saudi Arabia. And we see ourselves with kind hearts, and you know who our inspiration is? Brazilians. We love you.
And you mentioned you're glad to be back, so you know Brazil already.
My first trip to Brazil was Rio de Janeiro in 1978, but don't tell anybody how old I am, okay?
Thank you so much, Jerry.